for day number 5. Go time. Green. Little mountains here
Go
and there.
time, baby.
Some trees.
Tiamba, Genji. This is not the last day.
Yeah, okay, Genji's out a little bit later than Tianba. Tianba's splitting with this. It's 3 out and then 1 late to watch the shoots.
Okay, Genji's going north with 2-2 split.
Yep, it looks that way. This is more what we saw from Genji. I think Genji might have been fighting during the scrims to try to keep Tianba in check to make sure, because we saw Tianba reaching out to North George a lot to mess with Genji.
And especially when there's a very shifted circle, shifted phase 1, either towards east, west, Genji would make very early rotation, like I have mentioned in the previous match, get a gun or 2, and then immediately at least win the rotational fight against Tianba. That was exactly what Genji was looking for during the scrim, all 4 rounds. So expect that to happen again in terms of at least rotations.
I want it to happen. I am ready for it as we watch some of the other teams make their drops. GEX over by the chopsticks, hanging out towards where one of our circles ended up, where Pero got one of their wins, their 3 in a row. Came near this very, very location. Infantry has to gather up and head down to their typical spot after grabbing a US, which is, I don't know what people call this spot. I just call it trash loot. Yes. Woo! Beautiful. I finished my coffee, so I think it's time. I think we're ready for a absolutely just wheels off circle.
Which where do you want it to end?
Where?
Near the Mount Everest or the Western Beach side?
The Western
South
Beach
George?
the Western Beach is good. Inside of South George would actually be amazing because that fight that should have happened would never really happen
Yeah.
between Tianba and Genji. Oh, this is the replay.
Yeah, this is the replay. I was about to say, like, oh, this.
I was like, that's not Miramar. Or, I mean, that's not Erangel.
No.
That's Miramar. I thought we were done with this map. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, VLG, smart rotating push, understanding GEX's rotation.
Dude, Hikari took the
Yes.
opening bullet there, too. He could have gone.
Yeah, he could have gone down.
Gosh, his reaction, so good. He is just like one of these players that he's so good, but he's never really been on a team that's like competed for a title until now. Like Detonator's always kind of hanging around at the international events, but they've never really been there on the last day where I'm going, this is a team that I think has a shot to win. VLG absolutely in a position to do that.
I think he has finally found the right home for himself. As with Spear Deva, I think he can just excel. As we have seen some parachute kills happening.
Oh my god.
As it shouldn't really happen too many times. Pero's still on parachute, trying to go into military base or even find a vehicle right before that.
Well, I just looked at the map and Lin is totally watching this. And I think he was considering trying to take some shots from the 6-pack there, but he doesn't really have that great of an angle or opportunity to do it at this point, and basically Pero's on the ground. VLG, your winners from the previous game. Their new home is the Razak Ruin Sunken City area right along the river.
Yeah, but because they're not fighting 4 a.m. anymore, but because they were forced out by 4 a.m. in terms of rotation, this shouldn't be as bad. But still, you do have to sort of move into that southern side when you're talking Jorgopol. And I think VLG, always getting a late on the end of rotation because of 4 a.m. has been hurting their play a lot in Erangel.
Yeah.
And similar type of rotation again.
Look at where Hikari is. He's the first one up on top of the South George Mountain. He's the first one there, not Tianba or Genji. It's Hikari, which is quite fascinating to see him come up there uncontested. Great job by our observers showing this. This is actually a really important moment in this game and in this tournament for VLG because they are left uncontested to have this high ground and get all the information.
Still having the vehicle all the way up here, we'll get a lot of information and movement from all the other teams. Genji, again, just like the scrims that we had yesterday, choosing to go towards the few small shack houses, just one-story houses towards that western beach side early on. They would still have 1-3 split with PO in the front. I think they want to go all the way even towards where Juanita is.
That's pretty typical for Genji on these western Erangel circles. So yeah, definitely not too surprising at all these days to see them. 4 a.m. cutting across the bottom side of the mountain, getting in the grill of Tianba a bit but it is going to be, I think that's Godvi there in front. Godvi is going to not quite come close enough to Tianba to get their ears to perk up. Instead, he's heading towards Sun Sister a bit, maybe. Nope, Sun Sister is going to ring some shots out. Godvi moseys along, and he is setting up more to the west.
Yeah, those two, what Koreans call the honey houses, with the stories. That's a really nice compound to actually have, even against Gen.G. Gen.G can push them from the side, but not very unlikely at this point of the game. Korean actually.
What?
Okay, they're going for it.
Wow, they're gonna surround this, so they just decide to go for it. It's Crazy Sam right there, puts 2 down.
No.
Standing tall for Japan is Crazy Sam. Finishes 1. Forever on the side now. Forever does get Kendes, but Kendes gets Godvi in the situation here. Forever has Kendes down. Blue and Godvi. Forever's all alone right now. He turns, he gets Polly. Can he get another? Oh my god. Forever is cracked out of his darn mind. And now it's Luren from Tianba. They have reached out and they're going to try to third party this. Faye goes down from Forever. Forever is a one-man wrecking crew.
He's taking the entire squad down by himself. As Tianba is going to, at the end, it's going to be Tianba basically surrounding and taking the compound, I think, or just moving back. I think they want to stretch out even a little further. But I think they heard Gen.G moving towards the side. Yeah, that fight cannot be lasting too long as Forever and Crazy Sam might just stay.
Well, this is interesting. It's the best from Japan. One of the best from Japan versus one of the best from... Yeah, that comes right out. Ooh. It's a good one. So, great movement here by Crazy Sam, and he wins the duel. That was really interesting. Crazy Sam was stunned, and he managed to get himself into that room. I'm assuming he was pretty well flashed up at that point. That's just goes to show how well his senses are of his position.
And moving in directly into the room. Pretty good mover, and also if he got any more body shots instead of the headshot, I think he would have lost that duel, 1v1. So incredible play coming out from Crazy Sam, one of the best player from Japan. 4 AM though, unfortunately.
I don't know why they did that. I'll save my thoughts for later. We do have some teams cutting across what people refer to as Everest, and I squint my eyes at them as that is not the tallest point on this map. But anyway, MCG is going to be able to successfully do this. There are a lot of trees down here, so it's pretty easy to make this rotation. That's why you see a lot of teams. We saw 4AM cut through here first. Now MCG second. Even if you're on top of the mountain, you can't really see down there well.
Yeah. Even if you see him, it has to be a pretty long shot. Unless you get pretty lucky with the headshots, it's going to be really hard to take anyone down from all the way up there. As MCG is actually making a reverse rotation into these compounds after hearing few shots coming from Tianba and also VLG. Because VLG was thinking about going down to the compounds, and immediately MCG, great decision making.
Yeah, I like this here by VLG because they knew that there was a chance that they crash into, I think Lambu was out on his own there. And if that happens, VLG needs to be there to back their team up. So it's great movement by both of these teams. MCG recognizing that going any further was probably pretty dangerous, and that for VLG, in case MCG goes a little bit further, they're there to support. Meanwhile, Entus is over to the west of the Chopsticks, pretty familiar territory for them, and OPGG right underneath, and New Happy underneath that.
Entus is having a pretty wide 2-2 split near on top of Gaka and near the Chopstick side. As OPG, I think they would go challenge into Entus if they had a better idea.
Go west, go west, go west, go west, go west, go west, go.
Okay, 3 more seconds.
I'm trying to channel
Here we
it.
go.
It's mostly centered up. Cuts a lot of the water out. Come on. It's going to be the fields most likely somewhere.
Yes.
Either, to the ones up by Gatka or by Hospital. That's typically where I see these end up.
Yeah, near the electric lines, I think that's might just be the ending. As a lot of the teams will actually go towards that dip right at the south side of the field.
Yes, but this is a circle that I don't mind playing edge from the east. Coming in from the east of a circle like this on the edge, especially if it kind of centers up, is pretty strong. I see Buriram United do this a lot, where they just kind of work this edge really well. There's the road, but there's a hill underneath that road that you can kind of use. You can fend off all the other teams around you. You can stay underneath that road and survive for a long time.
Exactly, these pole points is what a lot of teams will be looking for. Tianba, because they actually stayed right on top of it, they knew that there was no one else. and having that easy rotation. Going into that right center. Let's see, Kari, Iron Sight. But a pretty slow target. Scar.
What are your feelings on the Scar Iron Sight? He had a 3x. He could have sprayed with that. Come on now.
Well, it's Scar is Scar.
I know. But what like Iron Sight like rankings like? Where is the Scar? Like, is it too? Do you not like those circular ones that have the point?
I would put punching on top of Scar.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't blame you.
Or throwing those number 4s.
I can't stand it. I cannot stand that Iron Sight. Anyway, AO here is a little under half health as there is a crate over there just to his left, but New Happy is probably not going to let that happen, assuming there's stuff still in it. I kind of doubt it. We don't know for sure. We haven't gotten a shot of it or seen anybody come in or out of that crate necessarily, so we don't know if anything's still in there or not.
Yeah, I think New Happy would have taken it already.
Well, I'm trying to look and see if anybody
really close to them or anyhow
had the things that indicate there was the level 3 there.
Yes. K7 made it up with the vehicle, so Ghibli, they know what's up right onto the other side of the mountain. But Lambu is actually all the way down. They might actually retreat down the mountain since Ghibli, they do have vehicles.
Well, they got to go pretty soon or just wait this out. I mean, it looks like K7 might be going for some kind of 2-2 potentially as they send Lockslock and Savior down the mountainside. Now, my question is, Hikari's been kind of looking all the other directions, and he's taking peeks up over the hill to see if anybody's still around there. You know, how long is he going to wait? How patient are Zennon and his other member going to be up there? I'm not sure.
And I'm looking at the screen, and who's shooting that far from anywhere? And it has to be MTG. Oh, actually running into Hikari goes down first. Buyo.
Oh, Spear is good. Is he going to get another? Oh, my goodness. Buyo avoids disaster there, just gets his head underneath, but on the side, he's got some
good
help. Oh my god, Spear. Nope, just a bit too far.
As this, only 2 men up here, as they heard the rotation down from K7. Good timing push. As long as they can keep Hikari alive, this will be totally worth it for a point or 2. As K7, I think they should just let Buyo do whatever he wants to, and just remain with the 2 members into Gatka or near Gatka. There are some spots where you can pull out the vehicles.
Yeah, I think for Buyo, who now its operation just stay alive, just be safe. It doesn't look like there's. This is kind of weird for me for K7 G-Clef because K7 had vehicles and they used both of them to get down the mountain and left their 2 members stranded up there without any.
And I think V7 they should have also had real good idea that VLG was right in front. Actually, they will come all the way and keep Lockslock alive. Keep Buyo alive with that rotation. Genji coming into the swamps. You see.
PO with an M4. You love to see it. No, that's not necessarily by choice. That's probably by necessity, as timing was important for Genji to get across the bridge, get over to the other side as quickly as possible because they know that Tianba is not happy to let Genji do anything that Genji wants to do early Erangel.
Yeah, early rotation certainly working out better for Genji from the west coast, as don't exactly know that Griffin's all the way out, but other than Griffin, they know that there has been no other rotation. And with good understanding, I think they can make safer rotation compared to other Erangel games. Lambu looking for that final rotational, the tail.
Well, Detonation Gaming White has done it so far. Now Infantry popping some shots, and it doesn't really connect. So Detonation Gaming White makes a really nice rotation here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love the pathing. They short through the sort of a valley right there in the middle. And this will be one of the easier rotations from them. NCG again cutting across near where Entus was right before.
VLG has 2 back on the mountain watching this rotation, giving the information over to Spear and Lambu, who are pushing up into Gatka. Gatka has enough room for 2, maybe 3 teams if they're nice. If they want to play nice. If they don't want to play nice, then 2 is usually about the most you're going to get in there.
That fight still continues. Xavier moving out of Gatka, understanding that VLG, they have more members, more vehicles, as he was also split away from Buyo and Lockslock away from the left side of Chopsticks.
This one's pretty interesting. It's about half field, half, you know, foresty mountain kind of thing.
Yes, and these spots where OPGG has this 1-1-1 split set up, when the circle likely going to come in towards the side, when they have that set up, western side usually before the hill gets cleaned up by the other team. As long as you're keeping that field open towards the east, and OPGG can just get easy steal kills, and that's the exact reason why they have that 1-1-1 split, as no other team is going to challenge. That's a small shack for an entire squad.
You say that, and then somebody like
that Wizard House
just
of course
rolls up.
Yeah, or Pero.
Yeah, just somebody that does something that you're not expecting, what is out of the ordinary, and it is going to be the Gatka Fields is where we're looking. Now, Entus, yeah, the 2-2, we both saw this immediately and are thinking, what do you do here if you're Entus? This is a tough one. Both of your compounds are kind of equidistant from the center of this circle.
Depends if they lose. I don't think they will lose anyone from using the lower side of the field. MCG is not going to get too many shots in. Understanding this is the big field, as they had to make that choice, but they know that MCG is right above them. And knowing that K7 also pulled towards Chopsticks, this is the best compound that Entus could have gone into.
Opens the door for MCG to take the compound that Entus just left. MCG quick on the gun to get there. Nice movement by them to claim that open real estate. Now Crazy Sam still alive, 3 kills for him. Crazy Sam, what a moment there for him. Picking up too early in the push from 4 AM and then finishing the job. He gets a knock on a Loki even. This guy is an incredible player. You guys got to check him out. He streams. He's an amazing talent, even though he goes down from Japan. Just what a player.
Yeah, still, if he got a kill knock onto Aqua 5, it could have been deadly for Genji. With just one knock, I think they should be okay, but oh! Mao Ye stealing that kill when he was getting that res.
And then he just turns and runs. He takes the point. Thank you very much.
The revenge.
Yeah, over to Tianba, who's crashing into New Happy on the southern side. They're cutting clear across the field to get here as members of Tianba. Now, Lin Shun has plenty of throwables, and he's going to expend a lot of them to try to make this push work. Some initial damage comes into Shao K. Now we're coming up the stairs. Shao K is here. Shao K gets one. He gets the flush. Now the other member comes up and over. Peeks, repeats. He's going to get it onto Shao K.
Not enough bullets. That is great movement there. Yuppie still up for a challenge. Ooh, shot immediately fired by Ming Ming as this still continues. A lot of other teams.
Teammate?
A lot of other teams might actually just cut across.
What are you doing, Ming Ming? I think that's a little bit just shoot at anything you see. You get in the tunnel vision mode.
Yeah, or you're shooting at some target and your teammate just cut across right in front of you. That's usually what happens. Oh! Lost that. That was timing that you could not miss. And Shu, you know something's up.
Ooh, he gets a piece. He gets a piece of New Happy. Who push on through. Oh, Ming Sung comes in, and it is disaster here for Tianba. It was Lycanon, not Min Sung. Min Sung was killing Pero.
Yeah, Min Sung, yeah, right below the
close
fight.
To this fight.
Yeah, very close, about 100 meters out. Yeah, Griffin Pero pulled out at exactly the same time. Those compounds are actually really hard to guard against the teams challenging in. Lots of terrain right next to it. Lots of fences.
That's a good point. AO here. It's going to get the knock onto, and the finish onto Yan Li, but Leo has the knock on a Dunbo, and now Genji.
They have some idea.
Yeah, yep. This is, if that grenade is good on the money, there's some damage done onto Gokuri. That grenade doesn't really hit much for Genji as they now wrap, because the circle is pushing them in, but they've got a good angle on top of Detonation Gaming White.
Now might be able to cook Genji right now as Gokuri goes down immediately, but the two members right next to Genji, they're on a run. They had to go. I think they waited a little too long.
Well, they got to get prone. It's going to be a headshot from Lin. Gets an Onyx. He gets the smokes down at least. Maybe can get the res. I'm not sure if there's enough of an angle here for Lambu or Lin or any other team to get that finish, as Machao does go down to the blue, so he's not able to get up and pop it out in time. Instead, it's going to be Pio raking it in for free.
Yeah, Pio on the rage mode.
Yeah.
No one can stop him.
No, that is true. There are very few in the world who can stop Pio when he is angry. And now, speaking of angry, it's going to be infantry in a US, and they might be
one vehicle.
They're trying to take advantage of this fighting they heard up on top of here, but yeah, one vehicle, clown car, a lot of shots. That's one out. There might be more coming. Sungjong, Entus. Oh boy.
Good switch. The driver went down immediately, getting that driver's seat. And not bad. Losing one man, but still keeping the bottom part of this small hill should be okay. But where are you going to stay? That's the concern. Because Entus, they have an open wide angle at any team that stays near OPDG.
Yeah, it looks like Ghibli's going to have to play something in this field. They're going to have to find something they like and set up a vehicle compound. Infantry now ditches the vehicle, but right into the waiting open arms of AO. One down. Let's see if AO can hold this down and finish off infantry. Ooh, I don't think he saw.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he saw. He's going to hear that, though. He can't come out that window safely.
Flash.
There's no way you could vault in time. Good flash by 9.
Yeah, nicely done by infantry, although they lost another member, still being able to keep that penthouse. Now will be challenged by Griffin immediately from the side of the hill. And right on top, GEX also Genjing pushing. But whoever the winner is from that side will not be getting a chicken dinner from that side at all.
Oh
So
boy. Oh,
maximum
no.
they can do is get some kill points.
Yeah, VLG, they have a very difficult situation where they have to get into the field. There's nothing else left. They have to set up some kind of, encampment, and they have a ton of smokes already being used. There's still a few left here, and I think they might be able to get this res, barring some unlucky fire or grenades.
Oh, but MTG's coming. You see smokes. That's exactly where you throw nades. They have a lot of smokes, but if they use everything up now, they cannot stay in the fields.
Yeah, they gotta win this fight, and they gotta do it quickly. Deva tries to get the spray onto Evil Lee, but it's actually Kale from Entus who put shots into him. He probably is a little bit unsure of exactly where those bullets hit him, because he's got multiple angles that he's gotta be dealing with. Grenades are now raining in. In the meantime, Griffin is taking on teams on the southwest and doing well with it. Molly's on top, a little bit too far. That one's gonna be a little bit too short, but VLG is very banged up.
And we do have the circle right on the field with Entus in it. So, and Genji right now, they're dribbling towards the edge against Griffin. Asura actually taking a lot of members down, even against GEX. It's going to be on the right bottom corner of your screen.
All right.
Genji.
Yeah.
PO left.
Yeah, PO's trying to get something going on the down there. Tanky comes up. Tanky takes VLG down. Now he's showing up. There's one left. I think he's going to finish it, or somebody might. Deva was very, very hurt. Now he's proning down inside of the field, and Tanky's just watching the edge. Stun comes through to buy Tanky some time. Grenade's good enough.
Yeah, look at Kale. Kale actually stepped out looking for those kills and making sure MCG cannot overstep too much. And Under all the way at the western side, making sure they have no one left in the field. They're already setting up for that big win here, where they still have the compound control. Griffin winning against two big teams.
Yeah, Griffin showing signs of life. They haven't flatlined just yet. Trying to get something, trying to find a respectable finish. Pero is going to suffer a fall at the hands of Afrika. And now Entus looks good. MCG looks good. Afrika has to get into the circle, and they kind of have to duel a little bit of MCG and 9 as well. And Indigo gets on top of the house, and he is going to pepper people from there.
Ibali Lingdu all the way towards Afrika right now. Cannot get knocked, or else Entus is actually going to do a lot more. Under already using the vehicle, positions right in the middle of the next phase.
Under's got to be careful of 9. 9 is kind of the person right now who has the best angle onto him, and Under, maybe that hill's enough in the way that Under doesn't have to worry about it too much. But but 9 has to come into the next circle. Instead, he's just going to try to fight Afrika right now. As there are two members over there. Headshot onto Roa there puts him down to very low health, and 9 is hurt too.
Exactly. Better signs for MCG. Better to pull off against Afrika because Entus will be pushing through. And it's better to keep the squad together towards the northern line and let these two fight before.
All right, Under. There you go.
Came all the way across.
Perfect. Just he knew that hill was enough to keep him, kind of covered. And 9 didn't come over that hill, so he knows where 9 is.
Will this be an overextension? Indigo's got him covered up somewhat. And they have very open wide to split. Indigo's right behind. And Songjang's going to put one down. Afrika freaks. They still have to...
Well, I think the utility's good here for Entus, so they're also hedging their bets with where the circle ends up going. And if they can finish Afrika off, and maybe they're hoping that MCG helps them out a bit, Entus can, just kind of pick up a bunch of kills, and then force MCG into a crossfire.
Indigo
Indigo!
under!
Oh my god!
Africa's falling apart with just 2 men from the side. MCG's not even getting a shot in because they just can't. They have to push through, and when they push through towards the south, it forces a harder rotation towards the real body of Entus, who's actually on top.
This is so nice for Entus, the confidence to make this maneuver. They're going to pick up a lot more kill points and probably put them in a position to potentially get the win.
It is still risky because they do have Under all the way at the bottom. They do have the compound control, and MCG, if they get a good knock onto KO, they are going to have some time to actually move in. Under just trying to do magic. Songjang Under.
I love it.
Okay. It could have been risky, but just pushing far, getting a knock, and then pushing, going back out. Understanding that MCG, this is the timing for them to push into Entus.
All right, Songjang's trying to catch damage. It is Summer who is knocked, so Ling Du is here. Johnny on the spot going for the res. Songjang, in the meantime, takes a quick peek behind the house and waits to see what's going on as Evo Lee knows full well where he is and what he's doing. Indigo, in the meantime, roaming around the center. Under's going to finish Roa off. That knock he got from vaulting on top of the hay bale. I don't see players do that basically ever. I love that maneuver by Under.
That knock onto Summer was crucial. MCG was about to push into the next line with the vehicles that they have. And Entus, 10 kills already. Maximum they can get is 14. And 4v4.
4v4.
We had this before.
We did. First place and third place gonna duke it out to try to finish this one. Entus looking for their second win, looking to extend their lead. Early damage being done to Songjang. First aid gonna be used up. Now it is a little bit of a vehicle movement here for Summer and Ling Du. It's nice to have those vehicles available in a circle like this.
Songjang keeping the backup control from the turret from on top of the house. I think he just came down to open up another angle from the eastern side. Indigo already with a pretty big trap. With the smokes, they pretty much know where they're coming from. And the next circle, Entus has total control of this.
Yeah, they got to get this opening knock here. Does MCG. They saw Indigo, and he's crawling back. There is enough smoke there to obscure the vision. Now Songjang comes alive. Songjang has a great angle. Gonna get the knock onto Tanky. The top fragger for MCG down already. Now it's gonna be up to the surviving 3 to try to finish the job.
Yeah, you have some time to get that drink off for the extra energy. But Summer comes big time, takes down Under from the side. It's a big wing that they need.
Indigo goes down now as well. Songjang continues to make it hurt. Ling Du, the only one left for MCG. He's coming through. There are smokes here to go for the res. Does Kale have any throwables? He's trying to go for the angle right now. Knows full well that the res is being attempted. He's trying to find a counter angle.
Yep, he's trying to find an angle, but Spice buying the same time because Songjang's coming in for the backup. He was waiting for him to come, as that will be finished 2-2 left for MCG and also Entus.
All right, these frags are monumental for Songjang. That first one's gonna be good right on Summer. Gonna get the knock. Now he's looking for the second or the finish. Ling Du has to wait back. It is not safe. Danger, danger here for Ling Du. Now he gets up, looking to see if he can spot out any members. Stun is here. Kale spots him out. Kale gets the shots. Entus gets their second win of the day.
And again, 2 chicken dinners for OG and Entus. That's going to put up quite a lead for them, as they were up pretty high against against MCG, but taking a pretty big